Hello and welcome to another exclusive review by me, Alex Belfield, here at CelebrityRadio.biz, where we just hit 64 million minutes viewed on YouTube. We're the number one reviewer in the UK and Las Vegas, and this week we're on the road with Jim Davidson, one of our favourite comedians of all time. The thing about Jim Davidson is he's controversial and loves being controversial. He plays up to his reputation of being honest to himself, to his own opinion and to his truth. If you want to invest time to see his show, you're in for a no-holds-barred 2.5 hours of non-stop entertainment. Jim Davidson makes stand-up comedy look easy. He stands on that stage as if you're sat in his living room chit-chatting over a cup of tea. Jim is without question one of the masters of comedy. He has an effortless charm, a warmth and a fabulous delivery that few could only dream of having. On top of his ability to just ad-lib and look like it's all coming off the top of his head, there's some very cleverly crafted routines with some beautiful belly laugh punchlines. Amidst all of that is really thought-provoking content, profound insight, especially with his material about the troops. Some of it is deadly serious and not funny at all, not intended to be. It is there purely to make you think, and that's what's beautiful about the best of the best. They make you laugh and think in equal quantity. What I love tonight the most about Jim Davidson is the fact that he embraces now who he is and makes no apologies for it. He makes outrageous statements, but then qualifies why he's made that statement. And often you're left concluding he's in fact right. He begins the show talking about Piers Morgan and why GMB has so many polarised opinions. And it's interesting that the ones with the loudest voices often are in the biggest minority. The majority are not allowed to have their say, and judging by the sellout audience tonight in Kettering at the Lighthouse, they all certainly agree with him. I found this with my own channel, that the majority of people who have the most common opinions are often unheard. That's why there was such shock over Brexit, Trump, and even Boris Johnson. For all the liberal left-footing Guardian reading nonsense that we hear and read in the papers, on TV and radio, the general public often are not of the same opinion, and that's where Jim Davidson scores. He knows what his audience think, and he knows how they think, and he knows why they think what they think, and that is genius. Aside from all of this articulation of what he's doing, comedically, he is just funny. He has a way of delivering a gag, and Jim says he doesn't do jokes anymore. It's not strictly true. He does. He cleverly crowbars them in at the least expected moment, which is even more delicious for the audience. Truly some huge laughs tonight, and I never looked at my watch once. The last 3 shows in the West End, which cost 90 quid a ticket, I couldn't wait to leave. There's a moral there somewhere. Jim Davidson for me is a TV legend. I grew up watching him on the biggest programmes on primetime Saturday night, and it is a travesty that he's not on TV, but it doesn't matter. He still has his audience, and to sell out 2 nights at Kettering proves that as much as those may deny his success, his popularity and fame, he still has an audience that can't wait to hear his opinions. As outrageous as they are, and not all of his opinions I agree with, sometimes he crosses the line. But he does it with knowing, and that's the point. He's not an idiot. He's not spouting nonsense. He makes an outrageous statement and then qualifies it, and that is beautiful. And what I love tonight is the line that we both live on the same principle of, is I don't force my opinion down your throat, but I'm entitled to have an opinion. And in 2020, this is a thing that Gen X and millennials simply don't understand. They believe if your opinion isn't exactly the same as theirs, you shouldn't be allowed to have it. And that's why I believe we're socially screwed at the moment. We've lost perspective, and what Jim Davidson offers during his 2.5 hours of comedy is insight into all the things: race, gender, sexism, racism, homophobia, all the isms that we're so scared to talk about. And he explains them in a beautifully funny way, but he gives you an insight into how he and his audience think, and that is beautiful. In 25 years of reviewing theatre, I've rarely seen anyone who has the confidence on stage to just own it. Nothing can go wrong. Jim is completely in control of his own mind and his audience. And I love the fact that he can go in any direction depending on what happens, and the material is so polished he can't fail to have you rocking in the seat with laughter. Congratulations to Jim Davidson, on tour through 2020 and hopefully forever. One of our favourite people and one of Britain's comedy greats, a true legend who deserves his stage. You've been listening to another 5-star review by me, Alex Belfield, here at CelebrityRadio.biz. Ta-da.